Today's math lesson, lesson 15, is on solving multi-step word problems involving fractions. We are going to use the RDW process to do so. That involves reading the problem. That involves drawing a type diagram. And that involves writing and showing all your numbers in your work. Okay? So we're going to do number 5, which is a homework problem. It says, Mark breaks up a 9-hour drive into 3 segments. So if I'm drawing this, I have his 9-hour drive on a piece of tape. The whole piece of tape is 9 hours. The 3 segments, he drives 2.5 hours before stopping for lunch. So I can draw that segment on my tape diagram, 2.5. After driving some more, he stops for gas. If the second segment of his drive was 1 2/3 longer than his first segment, how long did he drive after stopping for gas? To figure out what this second segment is, I have this second segment of the tape here. I have to do step 1 of my problem. I have to write out 2.5 plus 1 2/3. So to do that problem, I need to get a common denominator of 6. Because if I count by 2's and I count by 3's, I get, first place they meet is 6. So let me get a common denominator here. So I'm going to multiply here, top bottom rule, times 3 times 3 times 2 times 2. This will become 3/6, and this will become 4/6. So now I have 2 and 3/6 plus 1 and 4/6. So now that I can add these together because they have a common denominator, I would get 3 and 7/6. Well, 7/6 is an improper fraction of 1 and 1/6. I would add that to my 3, and I would get 4 and 1/6. So this piece of tape right here is now 4 and 1/6. So now all I have left to figure out of the trip is how long did he drive after stopping for gas. That's what this question mark will be on my tape diagram. So step 2 of the problem would be to do 9. Well, actually, I'm wrong. To do step 2 of the problem, I have to do 4 and 1/6 plus 2 and 1/2. So now to add these, I got a common denominator of 6 because 2 times 3 is 6. So I do 2 times 3 and 1 times 3 to get 2 and 3/6. So now I'm going to add 4 and 1/6 plus 2 and 3/6. And when I add the whole numbers together, I get 6. When I add the fractions together, I get 6 and 4/6. Okay? So now I know that these two right here, I know the total of those two. That's what I just figured out. And now step 3 would be, so finally to figure out the question mark on my tape diagram, step 3, way over here on the left, is to do 9 holes, the 9 hours, minus the total of the first 2 steps, or the first 2 parts of the drive, and that is 6 and 4/6 minus this. Now, we have a strategy in class of taking 9 and turning it into a mixed number. So we will make it 8 and 6/6. And the reason we do that is because we want to make it a mixed number like the other number in the problem. So now the subtraction becomes much simpler. 8 minus 6 is 2. 6 minus 4 is 2/6. Now everyone knows that 2 and 2/6 is not simplified because 2 and 2/6 can be 2 and 1/3. So the answer to our problem is 2 1/3. How long did he drive after stopping for gas? 2 1/3 of an hour.